otherwise. Speculation and being outed are the exact things you didn't want to happen to you. Stop. And so with all of that said, I do want to pass the question off to you. What are your thoughts on this? I will say I'm not talking about Shawn Mendes being gay or not. I could not care less if he is. Rather, what are your thoughts regarding the conversation and debate around speculation, as well as some people saying that it's akin to outing? Yes, no, maybe so. Any and all thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in those comments down below. Then, in cool business/creator economy news, though it's a little weird because I end up being a part of this story, the all-in-one creator commerce platform Fourth Wall announced today that they have raised $17 million, allowing creators to sell absolutely amazing merch, run membership programs just like a Patreon, maybe you have a subscription-only newsletter. It's got Cameo-like features, tipping, and more, all with you as the creator being front and center. And speaking from a personal place, by using their tools, their tech, being open to their expertise, I've been able to 10x the revenue from my drops. It just overshadows all my other income sources now. And connected to this news, my mom's gonna be so happy I finally have a real job. I started as one of the first. It is one of the most fucking horrifying I've seen in a long time. But it's a video that's gone absolutely viral on social media showing former NFL running back Zac Stacy beating the hell out of the mother of his 5-month-old child, who, by the way, was just feet away as he was doing it. He's swinging at her, punching her, throwing her around. He throws her across the room through a TV. The entire time she's just begging him to stop. He finally, thankfully, storms off. After the incident, she called police. She's also filed for a restraining order. She also reportedly had to go to the hospital for these injuries. As far as what kind of transpired, it appears that he does not live there, but rather he came over around 2 p.m. the day that this was filmed to see his son. And really, I think the only way that I can close this story is someone who just watched that video in horror, and also as someone that grew up around domestic violence. In my opinion, Zac Stacy doesn't belong in prison. He belongs under the fucking prison. Fuck you, Zac Stacy. You're a fucking garbage human being, and you belong where the garbage goes. Then, I guess because I'm not done raging and I want to talk about more people that maybe should go underground, let's talk about 20-year-old Christopher Belter, who was just sentenced to New York for sexually assaulting 4 women in 4 separate incidents at his parents' home. Reportedly, Belter and all the victims were teens at the time of his attacks, which happened over an 18-month period starting in February of 2017. And what ended up happening here is that after initially being charged with more serious crimes, Belter eventually agreed to plead guilty to 3rd-degree rape, attempted sexual abuse, and 2 misdemeanors. Right, and so with all of that, he was facing up to 8 years in prison. But during sentencing this week, Niagara County Court Judge Matthew J. Murphy III said that he had prayed and agonized over his decision, saying that yes, there was, quote, great harm done and multiple crimes committed in this case, but then adding, quote, it seems to me that a sentence that involves incarceration or partial incarceration isn't appropriate, with him ultimately only ordering Belter to register as a sex offender and serve 8 years of probation. Fucking probation! So understandably, his ruling reportedly shocked the courtroom, obviously disappointing the victims and their lawyers, with one even saying, my client grew up in the ladies' room following the sentencing, and adding if Chris Belter was not a white defendant from a rich and influential family, he would surely have been sentenced to prison. The truth of what went on and what he did to his victims is far more egregious than the charges he pleaded to. Also, this is likely not the last you'll hear of this disgusting mess of a case, because according to reports, Belter's house was known as a party house, with authorities also accusing people close to Belter, like his mother, stepfather, and a family friend, of helping to groom the victims with alcohol and marijuana, with them all pleading not guilty to their own set of charges. But we're also gonna have to just wait and see what happens next. And as far as those calling to remove the judge, it's already gonna happen. And not because of his absolutely disgusting and pathetic sentencing here, but because he is about to turn 70 next month, which is New York's retirement. And yeah, where I'll end the story is I'll just leave the reaction to you, because I feel like with some of these stories today, I'm gonna get some. But from that, I want to take a second to thank the sponsor of today's show, NordVPN, or more directly, NordVPN.com/Phil. With the holidays quickly approaching, I'd like to take this opportunity to remind you that most of those must-have tech toys, whether it's something for the kids or that new camera doorbell for your house, those potential security issues that come with them shouldn't keep you from your holiday joy. Take those worries away with NordVPN. With Nord, all of your internet data is protected behind a wall of next-generation security. With their strict no-logs policy, they don't track, collect, or share your private data, and that helps you and your loved ones stay secure. And just one account lets you connect and secure up to 6 devices in any combination to protect yourself and a loved one or two. So with that, you might want to make NordVPN a part of your online security plan for extra safety. And if you do, head on over to NordVPN.com/Phil right now to get a huge discount on a 2-year plan plus 1 free additional month. It's NordVPN.com/Phil, and it's all risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. And then let's talk about one of the boogeyman words that we've been seeing lately: inflation. You know, understandably, we've been covering this a lot as far as how it affects the United States, but this might be a shock because we're incredibly self-involved, but there are other countries out there that are also being impacted. The UK, for example, released government data yesterday showing that inflation in the UK is reportedly accelerated at its fastest rate in nearly a decade, with economists saying that the acceleration is mainly due to a surge in energy and fuel prices amid growing global demand. But some have also pointed to signs that higher costs caused by persistent bottlenecks of global supply chains are being passed on to consumers. And on top of all of that, reports are saying that the UK is also feeling some of the fallout from Brexit, which